What is going on, everybody? My name's Jacob Forster, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game settings to your exact specifications. But who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. But that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Epilogue? Wait, hold on. We have an epilogue now? Alright, let's click it. Okay. Is this the... the extra new content? Epilogue. Many, many years later. This is a story about Stanley. Oh. Oh my. We're back here again. We've seen this place. Where's our bucket? Stanley, where's our bucket? This is, okay, this is bizarre already. Music's kind of cool. We have our singular office chair. Oh, I can get on top of it still. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Let's break the game. Wow. Beautiful, isn't it? Is this the end of Stanley? What is going on? This is some type of Blade Runner stuff. This is beautiful. Let's head off towards the moon. Huh. What is going on? The memory zone. What is that over there? What is going on? Is this the escape pod? Is my bucket in here? It is the escape pod. My bucket! Oh, yeah, baby! Let's go! Oh, I'm so glad I remembered to put the bucket in the escape pod. Let's go to the memory zone. What is going on? Does their narrator still exist? Mr. Parable? We have a portable generator, so that's good. Does it still have gas in it? I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas. Oh, it does have gas. Weird. The Stanley Parable 2. In loving memory. What is going on? What is going on in this game? Oh, here we go. Slippity slidey. So dark. Can barely see. Cookie Nine's vlog review, The Stanley Parable, posted on April 27th by Cookie Nine. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, The Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fanbase. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole? Who cares? Where are the new endings? What about enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. A welcome reprieve from... ... Review Stanley Parable 2. Sorry, I haven't been blogging too much. Review Snaraf 3. Protected Post. Cookie's Corner. We need to talk about sequels. The Mammal Times. Cat dog born. Scientists confirm hybrid species. Okay. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs. No more sequels. Jim. Jim. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise. But a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. The press release goes on to promise to preserve the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with their reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Sign up for updates. Real web. Jim. 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 Not Jim. Are these the figurines? All the figurines. What has happened to our Stanley Parable? There's so many. What is going on? Where am I? Where am I? Thank you for enjoying the new content. Thank you. Oh, the clock is burned into the wall. Oh. Hello again. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense! The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. Unforgivable, hidden, the end is never the story of a game of grilled. Stanley Parable 3, Unforgivable Boyfriend. Stanley Parable 3, Unforgivable Boyfriends. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. All right, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see? I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Of course. It is 6:40 p.m. currently. Oopsie. 6:40, let's go. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Let's do a little bit brighter. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. You are playing the Stanley Parable 3 Unforgivable Boyfriends. Incredible. Let's begin the game, why don't we?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We've seen this. We'll click through that and get right back into the story. Okay, so there's a few things that I need to do.
All his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Beep beep. Boop. Boop. Beep beep. Bloop. Okay, sorry. Wait, I've done this already, right? Return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall. Not yet. I want to do the other things first.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, there's a couple things I need to do here. One...
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
2845, right? I think that's what I need to do.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety
Dang it.
isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
So I realized on the last playthrough, I went to the escape down below with the bucket, but I never did that without the bucket. So I'm going to do that without the bucket.
And rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Okay, perfect. Open passageway. Also, I wanted to see how much more content I did have left of the game. So I just
deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
I looked up a couple of the
emotion in his chest,
details on like how many endings there are.
Himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years
and I think
it had never occurred to him?
I've pretty much gotten most of them.
Unanswered for long.
There's just a few more things I need to do.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
But without the bucket, there's no more bucket. But one thing that
him was not shut.
Stanley
still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Every one thing I looked up. Oh my gosh, narrator!
Concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Apparently I need to ride that elevator up and down multiple times a certain point to get to one of the endings, which I never would have known without trying it. Ah! Ah! Okay. We've landed.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
Closer to my
reflected that his
demise?
life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned
Sounds terrible.
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief
So long,
and
fair
shallow
world.
life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, narrator. Mr. Parable. Please. Please, no!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was
Narrator.
led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Whee! Okay. Just the first
And
Stanley
yet it
Parable,
would
not
be
number
just
2.
a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What
Okay.
exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the 2 doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development. The core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. This is cool. I like this. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the 2 doors in a good time. Filing cabinets. Office computers. There's Solitaire! There's some credits for the 2013 team. Got our computer, the office. 001, 002, 003. Button sounds. Selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I love that. The office. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. There's a copier. How grand. Fun. Oh. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Alien base. Awesome. Ultra Deluxe announcements. In December 2018, we announced the Ultra Deluxe version of the Stanley Parable at the Game Awards. These are screenshots of the videos we made for the announcement and the game's delay. Money. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a section of those emails. From Forrest Gainus. Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable have... Oh! Some questions. How do you make a JRPG? How do you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? Some questions. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. The office. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after the early version, we decided we also wanted the option of the player falling to their death. We have over here. The game is now paused. escape menu. For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Zending model. This is cool. I love the little kind of background to things in all this. Well, come back! Countdown desk. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down and placed the two endings together instead. Freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in beta. That looks important. Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down. Countdown room. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout from this mockup is still in the game. I love this whole thing. It's really cool. Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. First was created in November 2011, second March 2012, and the third in February 2013. Stanley. 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 Cool. I think that's about it, right? That's the exit. Did I go down here already? I assume so. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. Office clock. Boss's office. Screams from the development of the boss's office. Ah, yes. Okay. I've been over there. So what's over here? Some more thingies. Ah, yes. The lounge. Underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game. Mind control facility. Narration outtakes.
He pushed the number 9.
Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes, so we're not using the final game.
Upward to the power source at the top of the facility. Stanley to end this injustice forever.
Cool. All right, let's take the exit. Let's go back. I don't know if there's anything else for me here. So this was in the, I'm pretty confident, in the original game. I noticed there was a comment, actually. Someone's like, oh, I wonder if you're going to play the original game. So for those of you who haven't seen this...
Oh, look at these two.
Hold on.
How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Let's flip it off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh, here we go again.
Listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Squish! But yeah, this is the entire first game combined with all of the new content. In case I wasn't clear for a lot of people. Because it may not be if people have never seen or played the first game before. Okay, so that's it. We're back here now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Beep. Someone dropped their coffee. No new content today. So I wonder...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
if I need to actually quit out at that portion
first, just to admire it.
In order to do something with it.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, there's nothing over there. Let's see.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Got back on track. No! Okay, that's fine. Let's just keep moving forward. Yeah, I think there's something that ends up happening if you quit the game before it smushes you.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And we can go this way, I guess.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Thank you.
Surprise.
Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, Mr. Narrator. Appreciate you very much. Interesting. Well, let me try the ending where you go up and down on this thing to see what the narrator actually says, if anything.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
Sorry.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I love this game. I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. I'm sorry. I forget. Do you say anything from here? Can't quite recall.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Thank you, Mr. Narrator. Thank you.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down
Incredible.
Again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
All right, perfect. Thanks, Mr. Narrator.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
I don't think so. Not this time.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Suspense! I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a timeout here for a minute while I process this.
Please hold. What is going on?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait.
What?
No, I need more time to process.
Oh, no. I want to get one of those little bird thingies. Those things always look fun. Just ridiculous to have. Please hold.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Of course. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate?
Oh, you should have.
Sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Ah, yes, we're back. Once again. Oh, but Mr. Narrator, we're going right back up. Let's go! He says nothing. He does not care for my silly little tricks. Oh.
You know what?
Yeah?
I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Oh.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Okay.
There we go.
Ah, yes.
Isn't this so much more exciting? You know,
Very
Stanley,
exciting.
It seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
That's
and
new.
It's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a
So far up
role
there.
model, you know? People look up to you.
Thank you,
Which is
thank
why...
you.
Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
Press
So that
conference?
you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes,
Oh.
I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning.
I think that'd
They
be great.
really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know
thank
if
you.
you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. World's healthiest human being. All tricks are revealed. How we did it, the pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Stage door, okay. An evening with world peace, baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
I want to go over here. Stanley, from the Stanley Parable. Tonight, live on stage, the man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. The Stanley Parable's Stanley. Tonight, live on stage. The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new book. Okay. A Q&A with world's first sentient machine. Doing great. Conversation with Alexander the Great.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak
Almond's
a little
chair,
bit
gum
about the
table, nut
nature
bar.
of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from, your coworkers. What does it say? An unforgiving account of ups as well as downs, highs and lows. Isn't that what life's about? Steven Stares Walker. Star Magazine, 5 stars. Story, Stanley, me, Dad, age 6. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg, champ. Your boss. I love the way you write elevators. Break a leg, champ. Stanley, my true love. For you grows every day. You make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. No one tells stories the way you do. Go get 'em, Tiger. Up again, down again. The Stanley story. Wish you were here. Adventure awaits. The freedom ending. I played the demo. Mind control facility. All right. Let's do it. I'm ready for this speech. Stanley. Against the world. Everybody's waiting for us. Oh my gosh, they're all waiting for me. Look at all the people. Down, then up, then down, then up. It's so loud. Was that it? That was it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. New content. Get out of here. Get out of here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. We're going to go. Almost
Yet
get crushed.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
See what happens
disbelief,
with that.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I think there's only a very handful, select amount of...
Here's the door, just go.
I think there's only a very select few endings remaining. So I'm going to try to get through the rest of these here. I don't think it should take too much longer. It's just a matter of kind of going through the motion on some of these that we've already done. Speedrun time. There's an achievement to actually speedrun the game.
A large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control
Although this
Facility.
passageway had the word Escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
He didn't lie. He didn't lie. We do meet a very violent
The
death.
door behind him was not shut.
I know.
Stanley still
I know.
had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Don't tell me what to do, narrator.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, time for screams. Time for screams. Ah! Ah! Okay, nice.
As the machine whirred into motion,
The sequel is now paused.
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise. He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
No
Stanley can't
consequence
see the big
whatsoever.
picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped
While this
forever in
goes-
his narrow vision of what this world is.
I'm gonna pull it up
Perhaps
just to
his
make
death
sure.
was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell. It's been a good ride. Savior.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
And we fall, and we go. Back into the
And
Stanley
yet it would be
Parable.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay, let's just go straight to the ending section. Yeah, the exit. And then we need to quit out.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Okay.
But listen to me. You can still save those two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time...
Okay, quit. Begin the game. Let's get back into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Man named Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job.
I don't know if there's
was
anything
simple.
different on this cutscene,
He sat
so
at his
we'll
desk
keep
in
it
room
going.
427, and he pushed buttons. on the
But right
keyboard.
now I'm looking up
Orders came to
the
him through a monitor
how to do
on
the
desk.
computer input, because I know that's a thing, but it's a very complicated one, so I'm trying to remember how to do it. And I think that's
This
fine
is
to...
what employee 427 did
to look that one up.
every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Exactly for this
Stanley
job.
was happy.
Bum.
And
Cool.
then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something
Stanley
that
Parable
would
3,
forever
Unforgivable
change
Boyfriends.
Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his
so nothing-
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Nothing new
Stanley
here.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Huh. I feel like I've... Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. We're already doing this, so that's input number 2. Yes, at number 423, and the next one is in the boss's office lobby. So I guess I can kind of head that direction. Bloop, bloop. New content. No thanks.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna just double check really quickly, just to see if there's anything else I missed with that smushing ending. Interesting. Escape ending. Yeah, follow the normal ending route, reach the mind control facility after resetting at least one, an escape sign will appear. Enter the hallway to the left where the escape sign is pointing. Go through the right door. Huh. Interesting. No, I don't know if I... I don't know if I fully got it. It's fine. It's fine. Let's go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the
I
meeting room.
know,
and
I
Stanley knew
know.
perfectly well. Perhaps
It's
he wanted to stop by
fine.
the employee lounge first,
It's
just to
cool.
admire it.
It's okay, dude.
Wow. Yes, this room.
This
but
room.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. So let's go to the
And
boss's
so he detoured
office.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Let's get back on track.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. So... Oh, what? I don't know exactly how we're supposed to do this. I think it's after... Oh.
Here's the door, just go.
I think on each individual run, you press the next button. I think that's how it goes. But this gives us a great opportunity to now explore the mind control facility and hitting yes to keep the control on. So let's explore this, see where it goes. And then we can grab the bucket and do the
Stanley
same
walked
thing.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
Control facility. Hello. All right, button. Time for the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, I've got the strength, all right. I've got the strength to do everything and anything.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building.
Stanley?
Stanley's co-workers.
Stanley?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay. Button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Let's go!
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was
So
it
long,
even possible?
everybody.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For
JK.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Nope.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes. Yes, I want all the control!
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example,
I do have the power.
And I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to
Nuclear?
explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Wait,
it's
let me
your
in.
time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had
Wait,
in
what do I
mind.
actually
What a shame
do?
We have so little
Four.
time left to enjoy it. Mere moments.
Where's button number 4?
Until the
Where's button number
bomb
4?
goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time.
Hold on,
to
where's
talk
button
about
4?
you, about
There's
me,
3. There's
where we're
5.
going, what all
Is that
this
4 up there?
means. I
That is
barely
4.
know where to start.
Crap.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Before you're
All right,
obliterated.
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
4.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it,
work.
I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let
Wait,
it
what do I
burn to
do?
crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events
Oh,
has been
they're all
rather
different.
amusing. Watching
I
you
need the
try
blue
to make
number 1.
sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich.
Where's blue
Almost
number
hate to
1?
See it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it.
You have 3
I'm
attempts
going to
remaining.
put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Wait, what?
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning
Oh
it
no.
off?
Oh no.
I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
I have one attempt from reading.
Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Oh no.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made
How dare you? How dare you?
It's not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
On.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life?
I don't know what to do.
Peacefully. Another choice. Make it count.
Oh my gosh, 12 seconds. Wait, that's going way faster now.
All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
Ah, yes. Stanley is blown to smithereens. Perfect. Oh, yes. It's great to be back, everybody.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Great to be back.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I may have.
Bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket.
A humble bucket.
A bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, I love it. This is great.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where, coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked.
I wonder if they'll have the door open for me again. Wait, is this going to be active now? It is! Okay, so what's the next one? What is the next one? We have 2 more. It's going to be back in the first room at the 434 office computer. 434, okay. First room, 434.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oops.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket...
The bucket was guiding me the whole way.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay, let's go back down. Button. Let's hit the button.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Yes, quite the unknown fate.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Thank you. I'm confident that everything will be just fine.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind Control Facility. Okay. Button. Time for the button.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Let me
Stanley
go!
and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Let's go. Let's press the button. Button time!
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Like a guinea
The bucket
pigs.
had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Ah, yes, the cradling of the bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
It just might be.
The bucket
It just might be.
do things it didn't wish to do. What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay, let's go up.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control. Never!
Never!
He squeezed the bucket tighter. his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Except for the bucket. Okay,
But
so let's
here
see.
was the proof. The heart of the operation.
What could go
Controls
differently
labeled with
here?
emotions, happy or sad or content.
Or content.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
It was the plan
to take
all
over
along.
the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly birds.
What?
The control buttons became active again.
Wait, what? Silly birds. Sparrow or eagle? Sparrow. Eagle.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a
What?
facade to disguise its true intentions.
Those are some silly
Had the
birds.
bucket known this all along?
Look at that birdie.
Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, living through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
Owls.
Of all the possible
Look at those long
paths
legs.
his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Finally happy. Just me and the bucket and all my silly birds. Wow. What a what an incredible way to get through this. Okay, there's one more computer. 434. Desk 434.
I
Should be
can't
right here.
wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
Okay. There's that. I'm gonna just speed run it to the very end, to the normal ending where you go outside. So that way I can reset the
when
final
Stanley came
thing.
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So let's see. See if I can make it. I might get the achievement for the speed run as well.
Yet there
Hopefully.
was not a single person here either.
Go,
Feeling
go,
a
go,
wave of
go,
disbelief,
go.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Probably wasted too much time already in the other room, but it's fine. Ah, haha, thank you.
Here's the door, just go.
He knows I'm speeding through. Button. Go. Let's go! Come on. We got this. Loading once more. Oh, yes. Thank you, narrator. You are doing the best work
Stanley walked
possible.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Let's see if I can press this from far away. Yes.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
Okay, come on.
packed with television screens.
Come on, let me
What horrible
through!
secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Button.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
You know,
Each bore the number
just let
of
me
an
go, narrator.
incognito.
Just let me go.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Button. Hey, button has been pressed. Let's go.
Mind control facility. It was too
Mind
horrible
control
to believe.
facility.
It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it
Come on.
blindly?
Let's go. Narrator, let's
No.
go. Bring me up.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Never.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Or content.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored
let's turn
and
it off.
commanded from this very
Go outside.
place. And as the cold
Touch grass.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Shut it down. Let's go. Okay. Do I just escape now and leave?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Oh, we're not uncertain. We know exactly what we're doing. We know that this is over. We can finally escape. Whoa.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled
beat the
himself
game.
from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Oh.
How had
Like,
he
what is
been
that?
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he
So beautiful.
realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yes, I did. Let's go!
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin. The
But my
feeling
bucket.
of liberation.
I've left the bucket
The immense
behind.
possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Finally a happy Stanley. Absolutely incredible. Well done. Well done, Stanley. The perfect ending to the perfect game. The end is never the end, is never the end. This is different, and so is this. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. I'm sorry, what? Wow, heaven's great. So many little buttons to press. What do I... What do I do? What have I done? Is this it? Is this the whole ending? Do I do anything else? I don't actually know. All of that for this? Stanley, please. Is there anything else that I must do? I think this is it. It's just an infinite existence of pressing buttons, just like I've been doing. The input has been received, and therefore, I am destined to always input and press the buttons. I mean, I guess I'll just sit here for a couple minutes and see if anything happens. I don't think there's anything else for me here. So I'm just gonna leave. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye again. Well, I need it to be the Stanley Parable 4. Developed by Crows. I don't think there's anything left for me. There's like one or two like little endings that were from the original game, like the path. Oh yeah, the Stanley Parable 4. No more, no more coworkers. You are playing the Stanley Parable 4. No more coworkers. I love it. I love it. This is a story about Stanley. Stanley loves his work. He loves to do the things.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed the embrace of an old friend.
I don't remember. Did I do this with the bucket already?
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Bye-bye.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self.
True self?
The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity
The war
therein,
criminal.
of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of...
So glad I came out here.
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing
What is
this?
going on?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
What is happening?
My God, Stanley,
No!
you did it! You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
What? Absolutely incredible. Wow. 11 out of 10 game. They put jumping, killing buckets, going on adventure, stiggly figurines, and all this amazingness. I've had such a blast with this. I think I've captured just about everything with this game. There's probably a few little details that I've missed. Again, the whole yellow line. I don't know where I missed that. I looked it up and it said that it was, you had to go to the downward part where it smushes you and then quit, or you do something with that, and then it would lead you to the I think it was the adventure line or something like that. I forget exactly what it's called. But for some reason, I couldn't figure out how to get it this one. I remember I got it naturally, like organically, when I played this 10 years ago. Or a little bit less than 10 years ago. But it's cool. This has been such a treat to play through and getting so many great laughs out of this. So it's been very fun. Unless there's something major that I've missed and that all of you can kind of point out for me, I think this is the end of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, aka Stanley Parable 2, aka Stanley Parable 3. No More Boyfriends, aka Stanley Parable 4. No more coworkers, whatever it was. But this has been so fun. So appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around and coming with me for this little series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Again, love to hear your thoughts and feelings. And if I do need to revisit anything, I will if there's pretty big content that I've missed. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, consider doing so. Hit that bell notification that we know exactly when I'm uploading any new videos. And if you're not sick and tired of me, you can follow me on any of my other socials like my Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I got a Discord channel, a bunch of other cool things. Always list in the description down below. Of course, that all being said, you all are awesome. You all are amazing. And I cannot wait to see you all in the next video. Later.